What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking out the Tier 5 American cruiser, the Omaha. This is the last step towards my beloved Cleveland. It is now fully upgraded, so now we're just grinding out the experience and funds needed to purchase that beautiful Tier 6 ship. I can't wait for it. But anyway, so a little bit disappointed, I have to say, by the final hull upgrade for the Omaha. I mean, it was a while ago since I did it in CBT. But I mean, obviously you get more hit points, more health. You lose a set of torpedo tubes on either side, so you go from having, 2 torpedo tubes on each side to 1 torpedo tube on each side, which isn't too much of an issue. The torpedo range is 5.5 kilometers or something. I don't actually think that I've gotten into the situation where I've even been able to launch them since I started playing. But the main thing that kind of bums me out about the main hull upgrade is you also lose 2 guns. Because if you look at the way the ship is configured, you've got a turret at the front and a turret at the back, both with 2 guns in them. Then you've got 2 turrets stacked on the front of the hull, and then you've got 2 turrets stacked at the sort of back of the superstructure. And if you look now, you can see that like triangular deck, if you will, that's just in front of the rear turret, and that's now got a whole bunch of anti-aircraft guns on it. But that took away one of the guns that was stacked above the other gun. But anyway, I mean, so you only lose in a full broadside, you only lose 1 shell, but you used to be able to fire 8, and now you can only fire 7. Oh, kind of didn't actually realize when I first played through the ship that it was as many as 8 shells in one cell, because it kind of makes us almost like a Tier 5 St. Louis in that way. And we got our first hit on, I think that was a Kuma. We took out his steering, but he will no doubt repair that right away. And we'll fire again. We got some incoming torpedo planes. And how do those do? He's turned away. Oh, but we did manage to get a Citadel hit for 3,100 damage. And a little bit of lag there. Now hopefully these torpedo planes won't bother me. And oh, that was a big hit. That carrier pilot is going to be very pleased, because he just took out the one cruiser and he managed to hit the other one, who he hit 3 different ships. 3 different ships with a single squadron of torpedo planes. So he's got to be quite pleased with that. That guy's turning, so we'll take the lead and we'll fire where we think he's going to be. And 3 hits for not much. We're having to slow down now because I also want to turn to starboard, and I don't want to run into my friend. And I think this guy behind us at 10Ks is probably our best bet. One of the things with we take some hits there. One of the things with the Omaha, and even with the Phoenix, and I suppose actually even with the Cleveland, is the guns take a little bit of getting used to, and often, even once you are used to them, when you jump into them and he's down, he's wrecked. When you jump into them and you play for the first time, or the first match or 2 matches of the day, you're going to have to readjust to them. I don't know how you describe it. I suppose you could say that like the shell velocity is quite slow, and they have quite a long arc, if you will, at maximum range, so there's a lot of hang time. So they're sometimes a bit difficult to hit the long-range targets, just because you have to lead so much, because they're going to be hanging in the air for such a long time. So you will miss some of your shots, but eventually you will start to get the feel for it. And he turned away. He's not playing ball. We're going to fire, but he's now moving away from us, and he's at maximum range. So by the time our shells get there, he's going to have moved along. C, we're capturing C, and that Kuma has stopped and is now reversing. Guys, don't do that. It makes you a very easy target. Keep moving at maximum speed as much as you can. The only time I would ever say slow down, and the only time I ever slow down, well, we got a Yubari, lock him up, and fire our first salvo. The only time I ever slow down myself and more lag is if I'm like moving between two islands and I've got a target between them, and I just need to slow down a bit to increase my time on target. But only do that if you are safe. Don't do that if someone's looking at you or if people are firing at you. If they are, you want to keep moving. You want to keep doing your thing. And I thought we were capturing C. I guess they got bored. Carried on, you know. Just doing their thing. Couldn't be bothered. I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. Do I want to go and help this big group of friendlies or these two destroyers that are going toe to toe with a battleship and a cruiser? Decisions. And he's just too far. But, oh, we got an Omaha at 12Ks. Maybe there. See what we can do. And now turning full broadside, so this guy's actually going to take me towards... oh, we got a hit for 310. Oh, he's hurting. He's hurting. And those are... There we go. 5 hits. 1800 moves on very low health. And we take some moderate damage, which we can live with. So, since we're here, since turning full broadside to that Omaha kind of pushed me towards the B cap point and our two destroyers, we'll go in and help them out. They've popped smokes. We can't see anything right now. This Miyogi is going to take some torpedoes. I do have to say, and there's the Yubari, that I really like the final hull upgrade for the Miyogi. It really makes it look quite nice with that pagoda style mast at the front, I think you call it. I do have the Miyogi. I don't like it right now. So he's dead. And the battleship's got more torpedoes coming in. And I think they did manage to kill one of our destroyers. But I would say his days are very much numbered. And there we go. He dead. He dead, son. And what do we have here? Kuma. Very fast ship, so we'll fire Soma there. See how those do. And they're looking okay. Set him on fire. At this angle, I'm going to kind of try and fire a high explosive, and then maybe when he turns a bit, because he will no doubt turn to try and get his torpedoes off on us, switch to armor piercing, and there's the turn, so we'll switch over for the next salvo, or rather the one after this one. So now we are reloading armor piercing, and see if we can get some juicy citadel hits. Ladies and gentlemen, and that right there is the power of armor piercing. If you are one of those players who's just kind of getting into tier 4, tier 5, and you sort of used to spamming high explosive, and there's his torpedoes from the lower tiers. From tier 4, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you start using more armor piercing, especially against other cruisers if you are in one. And they give you a nice broadside like that. So, this cruiser is trying to harass our aircraft carrier. So we're going to turn around and go and be of assistance. He's at a bit of an angle, so I've selected high explosive, but he's now turned, so we'll go back to armor piercing. Only one hit. Try and close the distance. And how do those do? There we go, we've got another citadel. And fire again. How do those do? No, those were just over. And these ones? Come on. Come on! Also just over. I think it's probably because I'm being stupid and we're kind of closing distance. That was a horrible salvo. That was a horrible salvo. Don't shoot like that. We were closing distance and I was shooting at him instead of just in front of him. But there we go, another citadel. Can we finish him off? Fire like that. Oh no. No! Come on! He's now returning fire. Boom! There we go. Another citadel. And that is kill number 3. So all that's left on the enemy team is their battleship and their aircraft carrier. So we are now going to go a-hunting. I was going to switch to high explosive there, but I think I'll stick with armor piercing because you can actually do some decent damage to battleships, even in a cruiser with armor piercing, especially at your maximum range, because your shells kind of drop down at a high angle onto the deck. If you can hit, that is. You're not always going to do it, but you can actually do some decent damage. And he dead. He very dead. So, all that is left is the enemy carrier. And we can see him on the minimap. We don't have visual on him ourselves yet. So we are going to go ahead and switch to high explosive. Carriers absolutely love high explosive. It's their favorite ammunition. You can actually also, again, you can do good damage with armor piercing on them. You do have to find their citadel though, as if you hit anywhere else on them, you'll kind of just overpin and go straight through and do pretty much bugger all. But if you do hit a citadel, you're going to do big damage. However, generally most people will say it's more reliable to use high explosive, specifically because also once you've set them on fire, once they are burning, they can no longer launch or retrieve their aircraft. And just looking at the points, got 110 points until we win 7 minutes, so it's going to be close. Are we going to be able to get this guy, or is he going to be the last survivor? And he's made an interesting life choice right now. Instead of running and trying to survive, and he's going to take a big spread of torpedoes, he's turned back into the fleet chasing him. Can't say I would have done the same, but anyway. So we've got a nice nearly 3,000 damage. Everyone's trying to get this final kill. Another 2,900. How's he doing? He's nearly dead. Oh yeah, we got him. Yes, we got the final kill. Oh, that was a good little run at the end there. And not a bad game, actually. The Omaha is actually pretty good fun to play. I don't remember having the best of times with it in closed beta, but I'm enjoying it now in open beta. So, I think it is about time we have a look at our results. We got 58 target hits, critically damaged the ship 3 times, destroyed 4 enemy vessels, set 1 on fire, not great, 8 citadel hits, not bad, and defended the base once for 204,341 silver, just over 2,000 research, and 101 convertible research. Whoop-de-doo. We came first place on the team, narrowly beating out our Congo. Damage, we did 33,600 armor piercing damage, not bad at all. Just over 11,000 high explosive damage, nearly 2,500 from fires. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is actually a really good ship. I'm really enjoying it. It's nice and fast. A little bit slower than its predecessor, but it's not a massive difference. So you can really zip around the map and, you know, spread the pain to as many enemies as possible. I really can't wait for that Cleveland, though. That thing's a monster, and got very fond memories of it. So hopefully I will get to it fairly soon. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and maybe consider subscribing for more World of Warships content, as well as War Thunder and a few other things that I decide to put in there from time to time. I really, really do appreciate every single like, comment, and subscriber I get. So please, if it's not too much to ask, please go ahead and do that. And also, if you've got any comments or any hints and suggestions, should I say, to improve the quality of the content that I'm bringing to my channel, please feel free to put it down below. I'd love to know what you guys think I should do better or differently, and if there's anything you'd like me to do in particular. But anyways, that is it from me for today. Thank you very, very much for stopping by. This is Predator458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.